Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Topher. Topher is from North Carolina in the USA. So let's see what Topher has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Topher. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
No problem.
So, tell me, how's your morning going so far?
It's going well. I just got out of a meeting. That's why I was kind of like running around a little bit before I had to come on here. But yeah, other than that, it's been pretty good. Got my coffee, so everything's going great.
So, tell me, what do you do for work, for living?
I'm a cosmetic dental ceramist. I make teeth for a living. I do crowns, bridges, veneers, implants, whole nine yards.
That's amazing. So walk me through a little bit more. Explain a little bit more about it.
Well, going back to like the beginning of all of it, I graduated art school in 2010. God, I'm dating myself. I I got my degree in painting with focus on color theory and methods of materials. And when I got out of college, I just started being a server, and I didn't know what to do with my degree. And then my mother actually told me there was a lab that made teeth for people, and I didn't even know that that was a profession or even a career option at all ever. Um, and I applied. They saw my art degree. They hired me on the spot. And I've actually become what's known as a ceramic master. I I've been doing it for about 14 years now. We get like impressions from patients, from the doctors, and we just tweak and like make people's smiles the way they want them to be.
Amazing. So tell me where are you from, Topher?
Where am I from?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm originally from upstate New York, a little town called Geneva, New York. It's right on the Finger Lakes. It's smack bit dab between Syracuse, New York, and Rochester, New York, like right in the middle. Um, yeah, it's a really small town. It's a college town. During the off season, it's just a bunch of locals that are just trying to make it by, and then during the summer, it's a bunch of tourists and everything to come to the lake for fishing and whatnot. But yeah, it was a small little town. I lived there for most of my life. Yeah.
And I believe right now you're based in North Carolina.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm actually in Asheville, North Carolina at the moment. I moved here about 7 months ago.
Oh my God, so not long ago. And why did
Yeah.
change? Why did change from New York to States to North Carolina?
Well, that's quite a tale, to be totally honest with you. Um, if you don't mind me telling you, for uh, you know, like part of my story is when I was in New York, I left for a little while to go to Connecticut for college, and then after college, I moved back home, and then I moved to Boston, then New York City, and then I moved back home, and I met somebody, and we were together for about 9 years. Nope, we were together for about 11 years. We got married. He and I moved to Greenville, South Carolina at one point. That's where the marriage fell apart. We're still very good friends. It was an amicable split. Like
Good.
we don't hold any animosity towards each other or anything. But after that, I went on a bit of a hiatus, running away from a lot of my problems, self-medicating, if you know what I mean. And I kind of fell out. I moved to Alaska, to Anchorage, Alaska, for a couple of years for a job. I started doing dental cosmetic work there. I met somebody there, fell in love. It was love of my life kind of thing. And I returned to bad habits, and that ended that relationship. So I went all over the place, like searching for myself, and then found out that in North Carolina there is a beautiful recovery program. I have found, peace within myself, love for myself. I have um, literally begun to live a life that I've always dreamed of. here in North Carolina, and it's all because of the supportive community and the beautiful people in Asheville. I'm a big part of a CMA group here in Asheville. Um, I don't know how much you want me to share about any of that, but you know.
Thank you so much for sharing, Topher. I think it's amazing actually for you to be able to talk so open about it. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I think it's about healing and helping others as well. I think when when you talk about when you express yourself very rare, like you literally put everything out. I think people they appreciate that because you never know. Maybe someone is facing you know addiction or something that maybe
yeah,
they don't find a way out, and suddenly
yeah,
someone talking so open about it. I think
yeah.
it's very inspiring and also is very helpful as well. So thanks again for for being so open about it.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, like I was one of those people that was lost. You know, I was lost for a long time. Um, I won't get into the nitty-gritty of the story. I mean, there's a whirlwind of abuse and abandonment and homelessness and you know, just unacceptance. Like people that look down on you, people that pass you on the street and like they raise their nose at you because you're just so lost. There's no hope in your
Yeah.
heart anymore. And like coming to Asheville and finding the CMA group is probably the one thing in this world that saved my life. Now, to full disclosure, the thing that got me into recovery is right before I got into recovery, I had had enough. I was homeless. I was living in a tent on the side of the thruway.
Wow.
I was at my wit's end, and I cursed God, and I walked out in front of a truck.
Mm.
Um, it
Oh.
missed me by inches. And that was my wake up call. It was like something out there wants me to keep fighting and keep going and keep finding, peace in this world and share my love because I have a big heart and I want everybody to know that everything's going to be okay if you just work for it and you just remember to tell yourself that you're beautiful every day. And then I got into the program and I've been like I'm 7 months sober now. I'm working really hard and I've got a great job. I've got great friends, a family, and that love of my life that I lost. I remember that I'm worth every part of this world, and I didn't give up. So,
Suffer. If you could see my legs and my arms, I've got goosebump everywhere right now. Oh my God. It's literally, I've got goosebump everywhere right now. That your, the love of your life is getting back to you again. Oh
yeah,
my God, that's so powerful and beautiful. Because when you said that you lost him, before because of the situation you're involved at the time. And now
yeah.
when you said that he's coming back again, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. It's
I'm
beautiful.
so like when I say like I just reached out like one last time, like in one last ditch effort, like to just like let it be known that I never stopped loving him. Like it was like roughly two
Wow.
years that we were apart because I mean he left me because of my addiction. He didn't want to see me fall apart like that. And the only way for me to get better is to do it on my own. So I understand why he did it. And I went through that fight and that struggle, but I didn't stop loving him a single moment that I went through all of that. And
I'm
I
sure.
reached out to him and he got back to me and we started talking. And there was this funny little story where like he messaged me something about the Nintendo Switch I got him years ago. And like it's not attached to my email anymore. You can do what you want with it, babe. And I was like, I'm glad you still have it. And I was like, but do you know what I still have? Now, the last day we were ever together, he gave me a bouquet of roses and he said, please be true to yourself. And I kept those roses and I still have them in storage with a friend. I never got rid of them. And then he was like, it's really funny. And he took a picture and he sent it to me. He still had the roses and everything that I gave him. And he goes, I never stopped loving you either. And
Oh,
it was just serendipitous. It was a beautiful moment, and I'll cherish that for the rest of my life. But
oh, that's sweet. You made my day sharing this story today. You literally made my love Topper. Thanks again. Oh my God,
you're welcome.
such a beautiful story. I think people sometimes you need a push to wake up call. You know what I mean? As you
Yeah,
said, I don't want to see you. I cannot be part of it because I love you too much for that. So when
yeah,
you need to, I'm glad that you somehow, again, goosebump, you need to get yourself back again to get back together. And I think that's
Yeah.
sometimes is life showing us that sometimes things can go apart for some
Hmm.
reason, and if it meant to be, it will come back again one point. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how I say.
There's
So
something to be said that like if you love
yeah,
something, let it go. Like,
absolutely,
uh,
absolutely, yes, absolutely. If you love, because you just need to let love is about that, letting the person be themselves, even if they're lost, or they need to get themselves in a better place to be the same level for you to get back again.
yeah,
So, beautiful.
yeah. Oh, thank
So,
you.
Topher, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Sure.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend, full of random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do it. Right, before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change. Okay?
I'm a pretty open book. I'm sure that I'll be fine.
Um, First question is, what does success mean to you?
Success means stability and happiness, and like you don't go through the day looking over your shoulder. Once you know that you're like you're good is
Mhm.
success. It's not monetary things, it's not material things, it's not money, it's not your job, it's not anything other than comfort within you. That's when you've really succeeded in life, is what I think.
Do you believe that happiness is a choice?
I believe that happiness takes work. And I believe happiness takes self-reflection and like just making sure that you're focused on being true to yourself. A friend of mine put it, keeping your side of the street clean. As long as your side of the street is clean and you go through the world with kindness and compassion, then happiness tends to follow.
Do you feel like you are living your happiest life right now?
Right now, yeah, I am. I with my little story that I told you, I'm excited about the future. I'm working really hard for things. I've got savings that I haven't had in a long time. I've got
Oh,
goals, ambitions, a great job. Yeah.
beautiful. Next question, let's do it. Okay, next question is, what's your idea of a perfect friendship?
A perfect friendship is the person that can see through any of your like anxieties, any of your struggles, and literally just be there. And also someone that can go away for whatever reason and come back like not skipping a beat. Like
Wow.
I have I have a lot of friends that when we lose touch because life happens, not because of anything dramatic, not because of anything like negative. Life happens and you go through your experiences and you go through your journey, and then when you come back together, when you reunite, it's like nothing left. And you can just pick up and just tell each other what you went through and have excitement and fun and all that. That's a perfect friendship to me.
Tell me a person, of course, besides your partner, the love of, I'm going to call the love of your life, because that's how you
The
mentioned.
love of my life.
So, tell me, besides him, tell me a friend that, for example, if something goes wrong or something goes really happy or something that's, this person always comes to your mind that you want to share with. There is a person in particular?
Yes. Her name is Bird. She and I have been friends for about 20 years now. We started college together way back when in 2006, and we had the same exact schedule. We had drawing, painting, sculpture, English, math, like all of it. We had every single class together. We spent every waking moment together. And in tandem to that, like my friend Samantha, like we had the three of us. It was like a tripod. And I share everything with them. I took a step back when I was going through my journey and
Yeah.
let them take a break from my destruction. But now I have them back too, and being able to share my happiness with them again is perfect.
Okay, so both of them, they are watching this interview right now, and you have a moment and opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? They're watching.
I would say that I know I'm gonna get emotional.
Oh,
I'm grateful for every single moment that you guys stayed in my life. I'm grateful for every single struggle that you saw me through. I'm grateful for every single smile, every single laugh, every single tear. You both are so beautiful, so perfect, and I cherish every moment that I have with you.
beautiful, beautiful. I think friends, we don't go around choosing friends. I think they come into your life. I think,
Yeah.
it meant to be. Those people, they come to our lives. I call my best friends angels. I think they're angels
Yeah.
because they come into our lives. They respect the way you are. They accept you. They can tell you off as well, big time if you need it.
Oh yeah.
You know, they can as well leave you for a while if needs as well. Give some time. I think those people, they
Yeah.
are just, they meant to be in our lives for, for other reasons. And I think it's amazing too. I think we should be always grateful for those people because it's part of us. They are part of us for
Yeah.
sure.
They were given to me by the universe. I know that for a fact.
Um,
My higher power, the forces that be, they gave them to me. They were people that were meant to be in my life.
see. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, Topher, as you mentioned before, that you've been living in different parts of the US, yeah, different
Hmm.
places. Tell me something. Of course, your roots always gonna be in Geneva, yeah, in New
Yeah.
York. And actually made my day today because I didn't know that in New York State there was a city called Geneva. It's
Yeah.
interesting. So tell me, when you think about your childhood memories, when you think about your hometown, tell me what's something that always warms your heart that you think about it. Like, you know what? That's my roots.
Yeah. Let's see. This one's hard. Um,
What's something unique or special about the place, or what's the
Unique or
postcard?
special?
Yeah, what's the
Living,
postcard?
okay, so living on a lake. There is I didn't live directly on the lake, but I lived like blocks away. Yeah, I could walk
Mhm.
there. There's a group of lakes in upstate New York that's called the Finger Lakes. It's a cluster of 5 lakes, and they're all big, beautiful lakes. And the one that I lived on was Seneca Lake. And being a kid, like we could go walk around the lake and discover things. It would either smell like rotten fish or it would be really beautiful and, and like scenic. There's like fall is there. Like the leaves changing around the water is always beautiful. Um, and then you've got like all the orchards and the vineyards and all the farming that goes around. Like when you think of New York, you think of like New York City. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of like where people like end up in their brain, and they don't think that there's this like grand big state with all of these beautiful scenery things. Um where I'm from in upstate New York, it's called the wine country. Like, and it's where all of the wineries and everything really display what they can do, and it's stunning. If you ever have a chance to go to upstate New York and travel the Finger Lakes region, I really really recommend it.
Oh.
It's a gorgeous, laid back country type like little spot of heaven in New
Oh.
York.
And how far is Geneva from New York City?
It's about like 7 hours, I think.
Oh, it's a quite
Yeah,
long.
we're closer to Canada than we are New York City.
Actually,
Um, yeah.
because it's closer to Montreal, maybe or not. Montreal or
Uh,
not, or maybe
no,
not.
no, no. So we're okay. So how do I do this? New York is shaped kind of like a dog's head.
Yeah,
New
yeah,
York City is down at the bottom here.
yeah.
Canada, Montreal is like up here. I'm over here.
I see.
Canada, like yeah, there's like the Great Lakes here, like Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, like all, like over there. I hope I'm doing that right. Geography is not my strong suit.
I get now I have an idea more or less now for
Yeah.
sure. Hey, next question is: Do you have a unique ability that you think no one has or you never met before?
Well, I mean, I don't think that really counts. Like, I'm an artist. I draw, I paint, I sculpt. I'm able to make realistic teeth. That's a skill set that I have. But also, I'm I'm really, really empathetic towards people. Like I since I've been through struggles myself and I've seen the darkness in the world, like I can sympathize and get along with just about anybody. Like even if like it's somebody that I would never even imagine to get along with, I can get along with them.
Mhm.
And I really cherish that aspect of me. So
Growing up back in Geneva as a gay boy, did you struggle a little bit? Did you have support of your family at the time, or was it a bit hard for you?
so that's that's a interesting question because growing up, I hid who I was for a really long time, and I feel like hiding who I was my biggest hindrance in being happy and accepting and having a wonderful life. Like I hid in fear from who I was for a majority of my life. My family was accepting. It was definitely jarring for them. They are very, blue collar. My dad was the football player. My mom was like a cheerleader, that kind of thing. And like to have the gay boy that, did the theater and, all that stuff was a bit different for them. But I don't have contact with my family anymore.
Okay.
So like and that's more to do with my struggles than it has to do with my sexuality. But I did find that if I just accepted who I was way sooner on, I would have been a lot happier in my younger years in upstate New York. So
What's
it always falls on you, like being okay with who you are that really determines where you go in life, you know?
what's the biggest joy of being Thoffer? What do you like the most about being you?
I'm really weird. Like I love how strange I am. I'm loud,
I,
I'm boisterous, I'm animated, I'm excitable. I get excited about the smallest little thing. Um
uh-huh.
I always compare myself to a ferret. My favorite animal is a ferret. They're my spirit animal. They're the loves that lie inside my heart. So like if you think of a ferret, that's my personality type. I'm either sleeping or just bopping around and just like exploring.
What's your star sign astrology?
I am a Virgo.
Oh, and saying about being weirdo, I think it feels so great being different, being weirdo when you cannot fit, in different places. I
Hmm.
think it's amazing. Not easy, I know that. However, it's great when you can just be yourself.
Yeah.
Behave. Look at a strange thing, or maybe you think it's a different word, but I think it's a good place to be for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 questions left. Let's do it.
Ooh.
Okay, next question is: Who was your first crush and why?
Oh my God. The lead singer of The Killers was my very first crush. Oh my
Wow.
God. He was dreamy, Mr. Brightside. He was like edgy. He had like his eyeliner, his cool hair. Like the album, I listened to it like on like repeat. I religiously listened to it because the lead singer of The Killers was just oh.
Tell me about your first kiss and your first love.
So my first kiss was actually in the third grade. Her name was
Uh-huh.
Angela, and we were on the bus, and I remember we leaned in for a kiss, and then we were hiding in a bush and we kissed as well. That was adorable, but that was like elementary school, like sweetness. And my first love was actually my ex-husband. um, you
Mhm.
dabble in love when you're younger,
Yeah,
but I don't think I ever really experienced love. When I met my ex-husband, I fell in love with him instantly. He was a wonderful guy.
yeah.
But now to switch all of that, my first true love is my partner Joel. He is the first time I've ever experienced full 100% unapologetic love. I've never said I love you, but there's never been a but. It's always been I love you. And
Wow.
that is the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced.
And how did your path cross for the first time, if you can share?
We were both living in Alaska. He was in Fairbanks, I was in Anchorage. And we met on a dating site. And just instantly when we started talking, we had the same morals, we had the same, ideas. He came from Fairbanks to visit me in Anchorage on my birthday.
Uh-huh.
and we hit it off instantly. We went out to dinner at this brewery called Glacier Brew House in Anchorage, Alaska, and we had a beautiful little dinner. And then after dinner, we walked outside of the restaurant, and it started to rain. And without
Oh, nice.
yeah, without realizing what was going to happen, he turned around, he grabbed me, he gave me a kiss in the rain, and he said, "Now from now on September 3rd, 2023, you'll know that in front of Glacier Brew House, you kissed me in the rain." And
Ah,
I that stuck with me for the rest of my life. Like,
oh my God. Who do you think who fell in love first, in your opinion? Who do you think
oh,
between both of you?
me.
Yeah,
It was me. It was me.
of
I
course.
mean,
Of course, after that kiss in the rain, I think anyone
oh
else would be
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
He's got the charm, He's got the charm.
Oh my, it would be impossible not to fall in love with someone like that. You know, two questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy of being an artist? What do you like the most about it? And the flip
Uh,
side, what's the most challenging part?
okay. Well, that's fun because the most fun part is the control. I know how to problem solve. I know how to fix the problem. I know how to get to the result that I want to get to with the skill set that I have. But on the flip side of that, it's the control. Like, like it's the amount of control that I want to have over something that becomes like a hindrance to the creative process, and it kind of shatters it a little bit.
Right.
So what the fun part and the joyous part of the control and the creation and the problem solving is also the negative part where I'm like, okay, you got to let go of a little bit of that control and let things just be. So it's kind of the same thing as both flip and flop.
I see. All right. Next question is, do you have any nicknames?
Yeah, so my full name is actually Christopher.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. I
yeah,
was
so
wondering. I was wondering. Okay.
yeah, no, years ago, a really close friend of mine, she just said she had too many friends named Chris, and she just always wanted a friend named Topher. So Topher is the end part of Christopher, Chris Topher. I also get called all sorts of things. Pookie Bear by my partner, which is disgustingly adorable. It's one of my favorite things in the world. But yeah, so either Topher, Pookie Bear, Chris. My family calls me Chris. Yeah, or yeah, those are
Anybody
it.
called you Christopher, like the full name or not? I mean, behind
Um,
people who works with people who doesn't know you.
yeah.
There's anyone?
So my friend Bird, the one that I mentioned that's my good friend that I was turned to, she calls me Christopher. And actually my partner, he calls me Christopher when he's not calling me a nickname. Um, yeah, but those are
So
about the only two. Well, no, my sister, when I was younger, she still called me Christopher, but she put an A in there somewhere. She'd say Chris Uffer. Uh, it was like a small little speech impediment. It's adorable.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's very elegant, the name Christopher. I don't know why the way it says Christopher, it comes out very elegant.
Yeah,
Last
it's got a
question,
lot of
ready?
letters in it. Yeah.
Let's do it. That's fun. Okay, before the last question, I'm gonna ask one question, two parts. The first part of the question is based, on that experience of your life in addiction, in everything you went through. My question is, if you had the superpower to erase all of that from your life, would you do it or not? And the second part of the question is, tell me something positive that you've learned from that, challenging time that for you for sure wasn't easy to deal with. And but tell me the positive that you go like, you know what? I'm very thankful for that the period in my life because I've learned that. If you can share.
Yeah. So, yeah, right off the bat, no, I wouldn't erase any of that. Um, would I have liked to not go through that kind of pain, that kind of struggle? Yeah, it sucked. Like I just touched the very tip of the iceberg of all the things I've been through. But in the end, when I think about it, when I really look back on everything that happened to me and all the things that I allowed to happen to me and all the things that I put myself through, they made me really strong. I may not be physically strong, like I don't work
Mhm.
out, I don't go anywhere, but like emotionally, mentally, spiritually, I'm I'm a powerhouse, and I've earned things back. I'm earning things now, and that the struggles that I went through gave me a gratitude for everything in my life that I didn't have before. I took everything for granted. And it really shows. And now I'm able to help people that are going through the same thing and let them know that I'm not better than you at all. I'm not more advanced than you. I just had a moment of realization, and I woke up and I realized that I needed to admit my part in things and take care of what I needed to take care of in order to progress in this world. And you can do the same thing. Anybody can do the same thing. You just need to really be true to who you are. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, put your crown back on, and just go through the world. And that struggle gave me that outlook, and I'm grateful for it every day.
Last question is, oh, I think this one's gonna be very easy because I saw in your arms. Would you ever get a tattoo, and what that would be?
I
So,
have so many.
okay, so the question a different way. So tell me which one was the very first one you ever got. The second part of the question is which one is the latest one, and the third part of the question is which one is the most meaningful one.
Okay. Well, the first tattoo I ever got, I won't show them, but they're on my hips. I have a small star and a small lightning bolt.
Okay.
Um, my friend Bird, when I was in college, I desperately wanted a tattoo, but I didn't have the money for it. You know, poor college kid living off ramen. So don't judge me for this, but I begged her to give me a tattoo. So she went out of the room. She came back, and she came back with a razor blade and graphite powder. So
Oh my God.
she cut a little star and a lightning bolt in my hips and rubbed the graphite powder in it, put band-aids over them, and I still have them to this day. And
Oh
you
my
know, the
God.
weird part is I love them. I love them very much. They're wonky, they're weird, but I love them to death. They remind me of how weird we are.
Oh my God. The latest,
And what?
the latest one.
The latest one is I have, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
Right here, there's a pair of scissors and two hands
Yeah.
cutting the string of fate. It's from that Disney movie Hercules. It's one of my favorite Disney movies,
Wow.
where the fates are trying to cut Hercules' string to end his life, but he gets his god powers back, and he's like powerful again, and they're like, it won't cut. What's wrong with these scissors? You know, like that whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And the most meaningful, um, probably my ferret. It's just a reminder of who I am.
Okay.
And yeah, it's my little spirit animal. Ferrets are my really good friend Amanda that I've met here in Asheville. She did it for me. I even had her sign it, so I have her name on there for the rest of my life. It means a lot to me because it's somebody that I find beautiful and strong and powerful that did this little creature for me that means so much to me. Like, if you knew me, like, ferrets are a huge theme in my life. Ferrets are my everything. So anything to do with ferrets.
Right, so then yet, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's
Mhm.
start with money,
Power.
fear,
What was that?
fear,
Fear, sorrow,
life,
goals,
family,
found,
love,
rewarding. I didn't like that one.
religion,
Religion, faith,
sex,
vulnerable,
politics,
unity,
friendship,
powerful,
desire.
dangerous,
Very dangerous, for sure. That's how I define desire as well. Regrets,
waste of time,
success,
hard work,
wish,
hope,
happiness.
acceptance,
One word for Geneva,
Geneva, quirky.
one word for Nashville.
Asheville,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful.
One word for USA.
USA, a melting pot.
Wow. And the last one now, artist, one word.
Loving.
Beautiful. Let's pretend I'm going to meet the love of your life. That's how I'm going to call him all the time. If I would meet him for coffee and I would ask him, define Topher in one positive and one negative word only, what he would say about you.
I believe he would say that I am a hard worker, positive wise, a hard worker driven kind of person. But my one negative, I think he would say, is I worry too much about what
Wow.
other people think about me. I worry way too much about that. I've gotten better in my years of, struggles, but I worry about like how I'm perceived sometimes. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. Like being misunderstood. Like that's not what I meant. I didn't mean to. Like, please, I love you all. Promise. I promise I love you all. You're all wonderful. I promise you. Like, and he says I try too hard.
And why do you think that, Topher? When you think about that, why do you think you have this thing that, worry a little bit more what people are thinking or maybe judging about you?
Well, because like I mean, when you think about a lot of our fears and our anxieties and everything, it's normally like a projection of something that's inside of us.
Hmm.
So I worry about how people see me because I worry about how people feel that I'm seeing them. Like I don't want like I try to go out of my way to make sure that everybody knows that like regardless of who they are, what their political beliefs are, what their religious beliefs are, what their sexual identity is, what anything that they are, that they're safe with me.
I
And
see.
it's because a lot of the things that I went through in my life, I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe through a lot of them. So like I don't ever want somebody to misinterpret what I've said and feel anxiety or worry or hurt because of me. And
I,
if I do ever do that, I'm quick to be like, okay, we got to fix this problem. I did not mean to. Yes, it's tiring.
I see. Let's play now, Topher in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Topher, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. What is one thing in this world that you're the most grateful for?
My God, what a great question. Oh my God, what a great question, Topher. I'm like you as well. I'm grateful for so many things in my life, literally. I'm so grateful, but actually, something that just came to my mind right now. Okay, I'm going to answer the first thing that came to my mind, and the second thing that just popped up to my mind now. The first thing was, I'm very grateful that every morning, for some reason, I'm an early bird. I love waking up very early. As
Mhm.
soon as I leave my home, like very early morning, and this fresh air I get every morning, oh my God, I don't know why I feel the happiest, I feel the greatest, yeah. And I feel so great and so grateful starting my day with this fresh air. I don't know why I always had this moment with myself when I start my day. But something that I'm very grateful for, that the second thing that popped to my mind was my grandmother. Once when I was maybe 7 year old, my grandmother, she told me something that I'm very grateful for that, for her, and for that lesson, because until now I still do it, and I will die doing this thing. She told me once, said, my son, she used to call me my son, said, my son, look,
Yeah.
um when you go to bed every night, have a moment with yourself. Without, not, it doesn't mean to religion or anything, it's just meant to have this moment with yourself about being grateful for everything that you have, and trust me, nothing gonna hurt you. You're gonna have hard times like everyone else, but you're
Hmm.
always gonna feel protected because of that. And also every morning the same as well. You don't need to take much time of your day. Just as soon as you wake up, have this moment with yourself with gratitude, that trust me, nothing gonna hurt you. Oh my God. Imagine a child learning that very young age. Imagine the impact that
It's
when
beautiful.
when I look back, Thoffer, when I look back, I said, my God, I even didn't understand at the time when she told me. I was just following her advice. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
remember, like, as a teenager, I was doing it already. I didn't know much about the meaning. I just felt good about it. And
Yeah.
as an adult, I totally understand now the message that she was trying to teach me. And imagine a child like 7-year-old growing up every day doing that. And I was doing, and I still do it, and I will do forever, because it's a moment of gratitude that I have hard times. I had in the past, and I'm sure in the future I'll navigate through those times as well, because
Yeah.
all of us go through that, which is part of life. However, I always know that I'm going to be protected because of that. So imagine, so I'm very grateful for that moment in my life. I'm talking to you, I can picture more or less the scene between us, because we were in a farm and she just called me out of nowhere, said, "Come here, my son." And I went there thinking that maybe she's going to, I don't know, say something, or, and she had this moment
Yeah.
with myself. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I will do that every day." I remember. And I still do it, and I've learned that with her. So for sure, that moment I'm very grateful for. Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I wish I learned that way earlier on in life, but
I,
yeah, that is beautiful. Being grateful is one of the most powerful things that you can
for
do.
sure.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. This was great. It was very, very uplifting. I feel like light. I feel, yeah.
Thanks. Topher, I'm gonna tell you something now. What I like the most about the show is when I invite people around the globe, I tend not to look a lot into their profile, because I like to get to know them through the
Yeah.
interview. I think that's exciting for me. I love it,
Yeah.
and I'm so thankful that I'm so thankful we had this moment today. We had this interview, because I feel so great and so happy to see someone standing here, so beautiful, this beautiful man in front of me with this beautiful energy, grateful about things in life, grateful about the challenge time, talking so open now. And I think it's beautiful. I'm so grateful you had this moment
Thank
now as
you.
well, because
But
see someone smiling and have this positive approach in life, because based in everything that you've been through, it's very inspiring. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. Thanks again for taking the time, for bringing this beautiful story as well. And
absolutely.
it was a pleasure having you on the show. I really liked the interview. Thanks again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. I'm glad I did this.
For sure. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
So I have a quote that I've
Mhm.
always lived by. Well, not always, but like it's really resonated with me. I believe it's from a poem called Possession by Charles Baudelaire. It seems negative, but it's actually quite powerful and meaningful to me. It's "Beloved demon, I adore thee." And the meaning of that is when you go through life and you have these demons, these struggles, these things in your heart, when you
Mhm.
learn to accept them, care for them, and give them the nurturing that they never would have gotten, then you can overcome them. So to
Brilliant.
accept your demons and to love your demons is to have power over your demons and live a life that you've always dreamed. So,
Wow.
beloved demon, I adore thee.
Wow. And it's about learning about them as well. It's in you. It's about you
Hmm.
as well. You need to
Yeah.
learn, you need to appreciate them, because it's part of you
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
Everything,
that
everything that you are, you need to accept.
for
And
sure.
once you accept yourself, then you accept the world, and then you accept love and all sorts of things in this
Yeah.
world that just possibilities, you know?
So, good. Thanks again. Regards to the love of your life, regards to your friends around you. Okay, it was a pleasure having you on the
It
show.
was a pleasure. You have a wonderful day.
Bye bye. Take
Bye.
care. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.